kids, welcome back to our series, Don't Worry About It. This series is all about how we trust God and be filled with peace. How many of you have ever felt so overwhelmed with all the things you have to do? I mean, you have schoolwork that has to be done, sports that you're involved with, friends that you want to hang out with, and lots of other things that demand your time and attention. It can certainly be overwhelming and stressful trying to keep up with so many things. But it is important that we not get so busy that we become stressed and overloaded. In our lesson today, we're going to learn that we need to do when we become overwhelmed with stress because of our busyness. But right now, I want you to check out this video.
Hi, it's me, India. Welcome back to our series, Don't Worry About It. It's so cool how we have learned that God doesn't want us to be worried and anxious. He has provided so much for us to have a healthy and peaceful mind. But that doesn't mean stress won't happen. There are so many things that can cause stress in your life. Family fights can cause big stress. When a friend decides they don't want to be your friend and they turn their back on you, it can be really stressful. Not to mention all the homework, deadlines, and assignments from school. That can be a huge cause of stress. So where do you go when you're stressed? Where do you go to find peace? Some people turn to hobbies like video games to relieve stress. That's not bad, but that's not where God told us to go. Some people think if they just go to their friends and tell them all about their stress, then that will help them feel better. That's not bad, but that's not where God told us to go. There was one place God instructed us to go when we're stressed. That place is in the presence of Jesus. It's true, stress will happen, but Jesus is stronger than stress. If you spend time in His presence, He will give you peace. Today in your lesson, you're going to learn from the story of Mary and Martha, how you can come to God's presence when you feel stressed out. Until next time, I'm India reminding you, don't worry about it. See ya!
Please help me. Wow, anxious Amanda, you look really stressed out. What's going on? You need to try to calm down so I can help you. You know, you're really hurting yourself with all the stress and worry. And the worst thing is it's completely unnecessary.
I can't stop. I hear the news every morning. And the news people are always warning about this new virus and that new bug, shootings, mayhem, princes fighting with each other. There's so much danger and craziness, and I'm so stressed out.
Now listen, Amanda, life is full of stress, but the good news is Jesus is stronger than the stress. So when you're feeling stressed, just come to Jesus. You know, the Bible tells us that Jesus will give you rest.
For real? I can come to Jesus even when things are so bad in the world?
Well, that's the time we really need to go to Jesus. You know, we all get stressed sometimes. But Jesus can give us peace because He loves us and He watches over us.
That's good to know because I heard that stress makes you age prematurely. And that's just made me more stressed out, imagining myself with no teeth or hair in 3 months' time and having to wear hearing aids.
Whoa, that's extreme. You know, you're really letting this bad news of the day get to you. Now you know you need to go to Jesus to deal with your stress and worries. He can give you rest.
Oh yeah, it was bad. I already ordered a case of applesauce and some peppermints because that's what I always saw my grandparents eating.
Well, no worries now. You can just cancel that order. You know, you're not going to need that stuff for decades.
Oh no, I'm going to keep it. I love applesauce and peppermints. I heard that eating an applesauce a day keeps the doctor away. And I keep some peppermints with me for when I'm worried that my breath might knock someone off their feet.
Okay, now you enjoy your applesauce and your peppermints. But if I were you, I would turn off that news channel in the morning and just go to Jesus instead.
Hey, that's a great idea. Start the day with the good news of Jesus instead of the bad news of the world.
Amen, sister.
Hey, cool. Now that we're sisters, do you want to come over for some tea and applesauce and mints? And then we can do each other's hair and try on each other's shoes.
That sounds like fun, but, I really need to teach this lesson to the kids.
Oh, okay. Another time then,
Yeah.
sis. But just remember to tell the kids, don't stress. Come to Jesus instead.
Okay, I will, Amanda.
Okay, bye, kids.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sis.
Oh.
See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. Today's Bible story is found in the book of Luke, chapter 10. It's a story of two sisters who were very good friends with Jesus. Mary and Martha, along with their brother Lazarus, found out that Jesus was coming to visit them. When Jesus arrived, they were so excited to welcome him into their home. As you can imagine, there were a lot of things that needed to be done to get the meal together. So Martha started rushing around, cooking, cleaning, and preparing. She was doing so much and moving so fast, she was stressed out big time. After a while, Martha started to notice that Mary was nowhere to be found. She was so upset when she noticed Mary in the living room, sitting at Jesus' feet, just listening to him talk. How could she be so thoughtless? Martha was not happy. While she had been stressing out, taking care of all the details, Mary was just hanging out with Jesus. Martha ran to the living room and said to Jesus, "Lord, isn't it so unfair that Mary is in here with you while I am taking care of everything else?" Jesus said something very interesting back to her. He basically said, "Martha, you have to understand something. Mary is exactly where you need to be, with me. Instead of stressing out over all these details, you should be right here with me as well." Jesus was explaining to Martha a very important truth. It's the same truth that is found in Matthew 11:28. Jesus says, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens." Do you think that describes the way Martha was feeling? It certainly does, doesn't it? Well, that's not the entire verse. The entire verse says, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." Today, we're going to learn all about how we can trust Jesus to give us rest when we are stressed out by the worries of life. Sometimes we're involved in so many things that we end up feeling completely overwhelmed and stressed out. When that happens, rather than become worried and anxious, we must slow down and get in God's presence. Jesus can bring rest when we are stressed. You're going to learn all about that today in your lesson, but right now, we need to find out from Vince DogFather what you got to know.
Here you go, Bella, for being such a good girl today and not biting the postman when he came by. I guess she's not that hungry. Oh, hi, kids. I was just rewarding Bella. Oh, excuse me. Just a second. Hello, Vince DogFather here. Hey, what's up, Slim? Don't tell me you're in the slammer again. Oh, good. What? Not my prized petunias. When I gave you the job, you said you had used a riding lawnmower before. I know it's big, but my yard is big. What's that? Not anymore. Oh, jeez. Crashed in my yard? You were trying to land on the road? The fireman said what? No, not my Bentley! Oh, please tell me the Lamborghini's still in one piece. Oh, whew. What? No. Did they all get out safely? That horse won the Derby, man, the Kentucky Derby last year. Tell the vet to call me as soon as he knows what's going on. Where's my wife? Oh, good. Okay. Don't call her. Let her enjoy her spa day. I'll break the news to her a little later. Oh, hey kids, you still there? Well, I guess this is a good time as any to share what you gotta know for today. So I'm sure, I sure needed it. I will come into God's presence when I feel stressed out. Life is filled with stress. Some days are worse than others. This has been a very stressful day for me. I'm sure you have days that stress you out. Even Bella does. Days when everything seems to go wrong. Math tests, problems with friends, mom and dad are on the outs with you or with each other. Grandma's sick. Those days aren't fun. But there's one thing you can always do. Go to God. Spend time in His presence. He can give you the strength and peace to face anything that comes your way. He knows. He understands. He invites you to come to him. That's what I'm going to do right now. Before I deal with this mess, so anytime, somebody asks you what you got to know, you tell them, I will come into God's presence when I feel stressed out. And that's what you got to know. I'm Vince DogFather, and this is Bella, and I'm telling you, don't worry about it.
Today we're talking about how busyness can lead to stress. In fact, many kids have so many things on their schedule that they're always feeling stressed, anxious, and worried. This is not the life that God planned for us. We should not be so overwhelmed with life that we're stressed out all the time. But the truth is, life is full of stress. Jesus said in John 16:33, "Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows." This means that there are so many things in this life that make us feel stressed and in need of God's peace. Often just going through life and doing all the things we have to do, school, tests, sports, friends, family, etc., causes us so much stress. We're going all the time with no rest. Do you know what stress is? It's that feeling that there's so much to do and so many things going on in your life that you feel as if you're totally being pressed down and crushed. Pretend this tomato is you. When you're feeling stressed, it's almost as if life is pressing down on you and crushing you. Do you ever feel like this tomato? There are so many things to do and so much pressure that you feel like you're being crushed. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You deal with stress all the time at school and at home. What happens when you're stressed? You get angry more easily, you complain more, you grumble more, get irritated at everything, and most of the time you're so tired. It's a lot like what Martha felt in our Bible story today. She was so focused on all the stuff she needed to do that she felt completely stressed out. She forgot about spending time with Jesus. God does not want us to live our lives completely stressed out and overwhelmed. If you follow God closely, you don't have to stress out about all the things in your life. Why? Because Jesus is stronger than the stress. It's true. Jesus has already conquered all the trouble and the stress of this life. How do we know? The rest of John 16:33 says, "I have told you these things so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have trials and sorrows, but take heart because I have overcome the world." Jesus is so much stronger than the stress of this life. You see, kids, if we try to take care of all the stress of tests, quizzes, pressures, families, sports, and friends all by ourselves, we will end up hurting ourselves. Have you ever had to carry around a heavy backpack? At first it isn't so bad, but as time goes on, it seems to get heavier and heavier. However, if you set it down for a while and rest, and then come back and pick it up, doesn't it seem not so heavy? If you try to hold up all the stress of life by yourself, you can do yourself a lot of harm. So how should you handle it? When you're feeling stressed, come to Jesus. Our power verse says it best. "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." Jesus says that when you're stressed and feeling worn down by the pressure and stress of this life, come to Him. If you come to Him, He will give you rest. He can give you the peace you need to make it through the stress. It's just like that backpack. When you put it down and come back to it, you can carry it so much longer than if you try to keep going without stopping. If Jesus said we should stop and come to Him and allow Him to give us rest, we should be able to handle the stress of life so much better. So today, many of you are stressed. You have been feeling like that tomato, crushed. You may feel like Martha, worried about all the things you have to do. Well, today, let's do exactly what the power verse says. Let's go to Jesus, spend time in His presence, and ask Him for rest. Today, allow His peace to fill your life so that you can leave worry behind.
It's your old buddy Kent. Kent Hearya. I'm 86 years old, so I'm just a little bit hard of hearing. The reason I'm here today is to teach you today's power verse. Today's power verse says, "Then Jesus said, 'Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11:28. Well, that was a wonderful power verse, wasn't it? I tell you what I need you to do. I need you to help me say it. So I want you to stand up. There you go, stand up, and you're going to say it with me loud. Remember, I'm hard of hearing. Say it with me loud so we can get my loudometer all the way up to 10. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11:28. Oh, that was pretty good. It was pretty good, but I still can't hear you. Get it? I want you to do it again, and this time we're going to get the loudometer all the way to 10. Say it loud. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11:28. Great job on the power verse. You may have a seat. Well, I've got to go find my earwax removal kit. It's going to be a long day ahead of me. Well, until next time, I can't hear you, but I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Okay, it's time to play our game and find out how much you remember from today's lesson. For every question you get right, give yourself a score of 100 points. 1,000 points is a perfect score. Here we go. Well, kids, that's all for now. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord look upon you and give you peace. Amen. All we need to do is come to Jesus and he will give us the rest we need. Let's sing this song together. Bye. See you next week.
The road is long and the day weak or strong, whether great or small, this will be my song.